Go for it.
So Mike Sherrard, what the heck, dude? Like we start having this conversation, it starts spiraling into interesting, right? So let me summarize what you were just saying. I'm going to show you my recipe behind me that I alluded to, right? I'm going to show you that recipe behind me, and then I want you to chime in on this because I think you and I are, dude, we are so in lockstep on this, okay? So here's what the issue is. We build this presentation. We build a presentation. I'm going to show somebody this presentation, and this whole presentation forgets what I do is step number one in my system, which is ask the real estate agent where they're at now. Mm-hmm. And secondly, ask them where they want to be. And then there's a difference between these two, and how you're going to get them there is what you sell them. So in a normal sales process, if I say to you, hey, Mike, what are you willing to buy? What do you want? What do you need? What do you think you're missing? What do you like to do? And you say what? Whatever, right? Yeah. Doesn't matter what you say. Like, I don't care what you say. It's irrelevant to me. All I'm going to do is say, okay, Mike, based on what you just told me, you're here, you want to be here. This is what you like to do. This is what's working for you. This is what's not working for you. So let's talk about that and only that. And then usually at the time, they're like, okay, so there's where you can be if you do that. Now, for some of them, we're talking about revenue share and that component and not having that chart in there. I want that chart to be in there because then if this guy says, hey, by the way, I want to figure out a way to retire at some point. Well, let me show you 2 or 3 different things that we can do that help you get there. And by the way, what you might not know is, did you know there's this component here that is unique to us that if you do that as part of the process, you're going to sell a bunch of houses, make a bunch of money. And then by the way, there's this extra process because you're dealing with these things, these little stick figures. If you just say, sell more houses, make more money. And then while you're doing that, other people go, dude, what are you doing? You can add that component in there and build a system that passively adds more money to the bottom line for you consistently on a regular basis. I don't want you to focus on this because that's not what you want to do. You want to sell more houses. Let's do that. By the way, while you're doing that, let's make sure we're staying on top of, we get some stocks too. That's a big deal. Number 2, hey, there's some people out there. All the things you're doing, you should share with them. And then these guys are going to say, you know what? I want to play with you, man. I want to run with you. I want to be part of your tribe. And can you make a little bit of money off that? Yes. If you do that consistently for the next 10 years, you're setting yourself up where you don't have to do as much as this if you don't want to. Does that sound like something you want to do? And they say what? Of
course. Yes.
They say what?
Why? How would I not?
So Mike, I say to you, what kind of ice cream do you want? What do you say? What kind of ice cream do you love?
Vanilla.
Right? So I put up a sign and it says, vanilla ice cream, best vanilla ice cream you've ever had. And you go, nah, I don't want any of that.
Doesn't happen.
Never happens, right? By the way, do you find people that are like, well, do you have chocolate ice cream? Yes, there are some idiots out there that are going to show up at the vanilla line wanting chocolate ice cream, right? But most of the people in the vanilla line are people that want what?
Vanilla.
Every single time, right? So as we're crafting this message, here's where you are, here's where you want to go. You want to get there. You want vanilla ice cream? Great. Here's vanilla ice cream. And by the way, Mike, have you ever tried sprinkles? And you're like,
let's give it.
Oh, hey, wait a minute. Vanilla ice cream with some chocolate sauce is pretty good. You ever tried chocolate sauce on vanilla ice cream? And you're like, yeah, no. But that sprinkles thing.
Yeah.
So just sell them what they want. And then those add-ons are like the bonus that goes with it.
Oh, we see it all the time because the problem is people don't, it's about understanding the model. So you can bridge that gap from current to desired situation with the model. And if certain aspects of the model are removed, or if agents aren't properly educated on it, the problem, like you're alluding to, is that sometimes people don't know what they want until you tell them. So it's like, again, like you're saying with the solution is they hate the idea of revenue share, but they want this desired outcome. Well, here's how I can tailor the revenue share to get that desired outcome. Because, if you look at the top leaders in our group, success follows success. And ultimately the ones, and this is actually a really cool analogy that you can steal. EXP is like YouTube. And what I mean by that is, like, when you look at YouTube, the creators that lead with the most value get the most income from YouTube. With EXP, the creators that lead with the most value as agents to the industry get the most value and get compensated through the company dollar in the form of revenue share. So it's the same as the residual component. So it's, this is a model that just benefits the creators that are leading with the most value in a way that you'd already be doing at any other brokerage. You're just not going to get anything for it. So I think, looking at this model, that's the only way we've been able to really crush it, is having a deeper understanding than anybody else about the model. But you find
Yeah.
people that still can't explain a freaking FLQA. And it's like, how do you, no wonder nobody's joining you, right? You don't understand the product or service. Like, and the way that we relate it is like, agent presentations are the same as listing presentations. If you want to win the listing, it's not the agent with the most experience or the biggest budget. It's the best at communicating your value proposition to that client. Same with EXP. I could dance circles around people with 10,000 agents because I could better explain the model towards each individual based on having a deep understanding of the different aspects of the model. So I think if people had more confidence in the product that they're actually presenting to people, they would, like you're saying, I don't do one-on-one presentations. I say, the first thing I say when an agent gets on a call with me, which I have one coming up in a second here, is talk to me about what's going on. Why did you book the call? And they'll tell me, and now I've got all the ammunition to throw it right back with the sales loop and then cater everything that I talk about to exactly what they just talked to me.
So you're going to ask them what kind of ice cream they want. They're going to say vanilla. And what are you going to try to sell them?
The best vanilla they've ever had in their life.
Damn, but do you ever have vanilla with the little bean chunks in it? Oh,
yeah.
And by the way, boom, boom, boom. So that's a really simple version of how to do this right and get the people what they want and sell them what they want. So I love the fact that you and I got a chance to have this conversation. Guess what? This is going to go on YouTube too. And I'll send you a copy. You can take it, run with it. So brother, I appreciate your help. Thank you for the value you added to me. Look forward to seeing that list of stuff. You said you're going to send me the simple video so I can do better and lead from the front, brother. What you're doing is amazing. I love you for it.
I appreciate you, Russ. We'll be in touch, my friend.